I heard that it's possible to work on your bone structure through meditation and fix asymmetries like scoliosis.
Yes.
How does this process work, and how can we make it pain-free?
To correct things like scoliosis through what you call meditation?
Yes.
It can in many ways be done through the idea of visualization as well as being in the vibration of the already healed state. Understanding that one of the major reasons that scoliosis is pervasive for many in your culture is because there is excessive muscular tension within the body that misaligns and misguides the spinal vertebra and the spinal column. The idea is when the body can be deeply relaxed, it stops the musculature from pulling the spine in different directions. So the spine can then begin to relax. Once the body is in the relaxed state and the muscles are then relaxing, the idea would be to then begin to visualize in the preferred structural version of the spine, so that way your body will start to take cues from that energetic frequency your mind is generating. The mind will then be generating the more aligned, more correct spinal posture, and the idea is that has a vibration that then commands the osteocells of the spinal vertebra to be able to structurally, in many ways, reorganize themselves. The idea is that all cells in your body, including what you call the osteocells, the bone cells, also have their own vibration. When you begin to focus upon those cells while being in the state of being that represents the corrected posture, it begins to go into a level of resonance with the skeletal cells in that way, so they then begin to reorganize how they are configuring themselves. Understanding that part of the vibrational configuration of the skeletal cells is the actual alignment of the bone and the spine, as well as the strength and the health of the spine in general. So in many ways, this type of fusion of both your awareness of the spine, vertebra by vertebra, along with the corrected spinal alignment as a vibration, will start to actually move the spinal vertebra. It will start to realign the spine because their location and configuration is part of their underlying vibration. This can be done very gradually. This can be done in a very prolonged way, you could say, where you are spending excessive amounts of time and energy on each individual vertebra. Understanding this is a very powerful meditative permission slip because it will not just alter the alignment and the structure of the spine, it is also going to be inducing what is known as the spiritual abilities of that being, because you are in many ways opening the energetic centers that each spinal vertebra represents and contains within it. The idea is that each vertebra, as you know, in many ways has correlations to what you call chakras or vortices along your body's spine. And with that being said, each individual vertebra has major and minor energetic abilities and function. So as you go into a state of the frequency of perfect health and you align that with each of the individual vertebra, not only are you helping to correct the structural alignment, but you're also awakening the dormant or active spiritual abilities within said vertebra. You'll either be turning things on or amplifying that which is already turned on. You could say in many ways it will awaken the kundalini of the being. It will in many ways open up the psychic senses of the being. It is in many ways a meditation that can bring one to what has been traditionally called in your world states of enlightenment.
So to recap that, the meditation is to focus on each vertebrae while in a state of perfect health?
Yes, as well as understanding the vibratory state associated with the properly aligned version of the spine. What does that feel like? What does perfect health feel like? What does unconditional love, acceptance feel like? And bring that feeling into each individual vertebra. The first step to this meditative exercise is deep relaxation, because if the entire body is not relaxed, then there will only be limited success from this exercise, because remember, the musculature pulls on the spine. So the musculature must be relaxed So the skeletal bones in that way are able to then reorganize themselves. They will only be able to do that in a limited way if the body is not fully relaxed. Does that make sense?
Yes.
All right.
So you would suggest lying down?
Lying down would be ideal, listening to potentially binaural beats or any type of audio that can induce a very lucid state. Anything that can get you into the lucid state of being will be ideal, because when you are lucid, you are relaxed, and when you are lucid, you are creating reality. So that would be preferable for this type of spinal healing.
Okay. Do you mean that state right before you go to sleep? That as lucid? Or
yes, this is partially a lucid state, but also the state of being many of you find yourselves in when you recognize you're actually dreaming while you are asleep.
okay.
That is a more pronounced version of the lucid state, but also that in-between state is also a version of the lucid state as well.
Okay.
You may find that there are certain binaural beats that exist in your archives collectively that are in many ways geared to induce a lucid dreaming state. This can also be very effective in general for this type of activity.
Okay. Do you want to give us which binaural beats those are, or the frequencies?
We would recommend exploring with different ones. Understanding that there is not a standardized vibration that your scientists have discovered that truly represents lucid dreaming, but the idea is there are some that are in the ballpark range. We would encourage you to be able to explore this on your own, understanding that in many ways it may be approximately what you call in resonance to the gamma state, similar to what you call to be 40 hertz in that way. It may be similar to this. We would encourage you to investigate, and you may be very excited with what you find.
Okay.